Hey squad, what's going on? It's Chase. It's the Sherpa here, the Sherpa baby. The Sherpa is here with you for a stock analysis. Listen to half the earnings call and bounced out. I'm going to be honest. I promised myself I do one every month, every week that is, and I will. Today it's Peloton, but I only made it halfway through. There's enough info out there that trading this thing and discussing this thing, maybe I didn't get the most out of the call. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it. And today we're going to decide whether it's a buy, a sell, or a hold. I'm ever bullish. I'm the ever bullish one. I try to make sure that we always know where we're going with our money. And I've got your back here on this Saturday. Should mention college football Saturday. Football's back. The Sherpa's happy. And here we are. Want to talk about the hedge trading that we talked about last time, that we discussed last time, the strategy I gave you. And it worked again. It worked like a charm. You're in the right place. As always, thank you for being a bull. I've got the Peloton website up behind me. You can see some very expensive products. But why don't I bring up the stock analysis that I made for you guys? So here we are. Let's take a look. What do we do when we go to everbullish.com? Aside from going there every day to figure out how we're going to trade and what we're going to do and how you're going to follow the Sherpa, we're going to go to investing articles first, right? After that, we see the Sunday recap. I called what was going to happen. I was a little wrong on the short side of things, but I still made money. We'll talk about that in the next video. Today, we're talking about Peloton. Here we are. Click on Peloton for me. Remember that I always create a downloadable PDF for everybody. I also give you the readable version. If you're on a work computer, probably not best to download the PDF. If you're on your home computer, go ahead and download the PDF and store it to your files. You can always print these out. Remember that I do these for me and I share them with you. So let's talk about it. The call was about average in tone. The discussion about the lawsuit was kind of a moot point in the background. And really and truly, the financials are posted everywhere. You can see what happened in the stock price. So let's talk about the company. We're going to learn you up on a couple facts. Can you believe, first of all, can you believe the Peloton Interactive, which is what the name of the company is? It's not just Peloton. So for what that's worth, they've only been around for 9 years. The company's only been around for 9 years. And I got to say, I pretty much know, dozens of people with one of their products. So they're doing something right. So why did the stock price fall off? Well, the stock price fell off quite simply. Let's get the PDF up. All right, so quite simply, the Peloton price fell off because we missed earnings by, what's that say there? We missed earnings by 74%. First take, and I wrote this down here, it's pretty baffling, right? Big time earnings miss. An initial reaction and gut tells me that the earnings per share estimate was way too high. Well, that's what happens when we're at this phase of the market cycle. When we're as high as we are, we're bouncing off all-time highs. We use last quarter's numbers and we throw a certain growth ratio to it. And all the analysts out there really don't care. They're in the back pockets of all of the big banks anyway. So the fact is that the earnings miss doesn't surprise me. I actually would have expected it. What did surprise me is that they had a revenue beat, barely, but they had a revenue beat, but they missed earnings by 74%. That just means the earnings were too high. So upon first glance, it didn't really bother me that much. Then I thought a little bit more about it. I started reading a little bit more about it. By the way, New York-based company, I kind of left that off here. Let's talk about what the summary of the company is. They sell fitness products in North America and internationally. They offer connected fitness products such as the Peloton bike, the Peloton tread, which looks cool as shit. But knowing me, it'd probably just become a clothes hanger, just like the bike did. I actually had a bike. I sold the bike, and I'm selling Peloton. I'm going to tell you why. This stock's dead. It's over. And I'm going to tell you why here in a sec. So you got the bike. You got the tread. They also have their downloadable app. I think if you download the app, we'll get to that part, but it's cheaper if you only do the bike and the run. If you want the yoga classes and all the other stuff, you got to pay $38, something like that. And now there's competitors coming into the market. But first of all, Peloton, first true to market, hot fitness name with Peloton bikes, apps, treadmills. The stock went through the roof. With more than 5.4 million members, a 9-year-old company is just massive, right? That's not a big surprise that it was up 440% since its initiation into the market. So when we got 440%, we go, all right, she's probably got to slow down a little bit. Competitors are probably catching it on. So basically, the point is this stock topped in January, and that's after 1.5 years, 1 year-ish of just insanity with the coronavirus lockdowns, right? This is a lockdown stock, make no bones about it. We had athleisure get big because of the lockdown. No one's going to the gym, as we all know. We're all cooped up in our house. The idea was that this is a new wave in the fitness industry, and in my opinion, it is. But now you got Nordic Track. Now you got Mirror, which is owned by Lulu. Now you got these every time I turn on the TV, there's some buff dude working out from some home gym that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. So the point is that this run is up. But the most important thing that I wanted to talk about the technicals here is that this guy's been dropping since its all-time high in January of this year. It was up 440%, as I mentioned, since it IPO'd. 9-year-old company, very, very broad market. Everybody wants one, right? It's kind of like the hot MILF of the insert your suburb here has to have a Peloton, has to wear the shirt, has to walk around the grocery store with the bottle. But what I want to show is that this is the 6 month chart. I've made some highlights here of the big down gaps upon earnings. This isn't technically a down gap, right? This is just a massive sell-off due to high volume. Next time we see any decent volume after we pulled back up above 100, I remember talking about this when it was at 140 and saying it was a little too high. If you go back and watch, I think it was probably what is at my May video. I'm out on Peloton. The main point here is this down gap. These are never good. When you see a stock open and finish lower than the previous day's lowest low, that's going to be a serious reset. That means it's not necessarily macro. It means it's internal. Going back to it. So the connected fitness platform resulted in a loss of $1.05 per share on revenue of $937 million. $937 million worth of revenue is fat, guys. You'll learn listening to calls, or at least follow me listening to calls. Revenues of $1 billion in a quarter is pretty fat, right? This means that this company is no longer in expansion phase. This company is in corner the market phase. It was in the first to market phase, and now it's got competitors. When you have that much revenue, that means that other people are going to be coming after that revenue. So anyway, they were expected to lose 44 cents a share on sales. And they grew subscriptions, which is kind of impressive. But I think that what that's telling us is that that's the Peloton heads saying, well, we're still selling our app. We're not selling our $2,000 bike or our $5,000 treadmill. Now but we are selling, a lot of the app. Well, great. I'm glad you're selling the app. I can pull up my phone right now, pull up my Instagram, and see 1,000 fitness models that are selling their plans too. Look, I'm a stock trader, and I'm selling my plans online. There's too much competition out there. The app space is so saturated. The diehards are going to use it because they like, there's certain trainers, which, hey, I'm with you. I love that hip hop 30-minute cardio blast, at least the rare occasions that I sat on that thing before my butt went numb. A couple other things that came out. So this earnings call was last week, but just before that earnings call, they came out and said, we're going to go ahead and lower our prices. We got a new treadmill out, and this new treadmill is only going to be $2,500 instead of $4,000. What's that an indication of? More competition, right? We got to lower our prices and significantly and come out with a cheaper version. This is kind of like when Yeti had its run, and then Arctic and them came out, and then they filed a lawsuit. They won the lawsuit. We'll see what happens here. But speaking of lawsuits, guys, there's a lawsuit going on. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. There's a lawsuit going on about the death of a toddler, an infant, saying that these are extraordinarily dangerous. I don't know of a single piece of gym equipment that you could ever find that isn't getting battered in a wrongful death suit. There's thousands and thousands of lawyers out there wanting to get their dirty, grubby, undereducated, over-egoed hands on a company like this in a wrongful death case, and they're going to pay out the wazoo, and they're going to get the negative press, and that's going to be great for them, and it's great for the short sellers, and it's not great for your portfolio. End of the day hypothesis, go to my website, download the Ever Bullish, go to the Ever Bullish website, download the newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter, download the PDF. I made this for you. It's a Saturday afternoon. The Sherpa's here grinding in the boiler room for you. We got college football on in the background. A little ancillary benefit of following this channel. Utah first half under 31. Utah State, that is. It's whatever the game is. It's the no, UTEP. Sorry, we got UTEP under 31 first half. UTEP under 36 for the full game. Pound the unders early on in the season. The obvious situation here is that this is a sell. There's far more downside to Peloton than there is upside. I did talk a little bit more about competition. I left the numbers inside of this for you to go and download. And while you're there, click the subscribe button, put your email in, follow the Sherpa. By the way, I got some more shirts. The shirts actually sold out this time. I wasn't just lying on my website to make myself look legitimate. Go buy another shirt. I just got a new shipment in. So if you want to support the mission, you can always donate a cup of coffee, buy one of my market-beating portfolios. Keep following the channel. Give it likes, love, subscribes. Tell a friend, tell a stranger, tell a neighbor. The Sherpa's here for you. We're going to take you to the top of the mountain. And have a great day, AFG, LFG, LGR. Let's get rich. Sunday recap dropping tomorrow, baby. Sell Peloton. Hard sell on Peloton.